everybody, welcome to my homestead and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going over an email sent to me by Hillary Abplanalp. She sent me an email for two reasons. One, she has a daughter that's in music, and if you'll recall recently, I wanted to promote anyone in the audience that does music. I want to promote your music so people have good music to listen to. And also, she had some thoughts about Kansas City and specifically the Temple Lot area in Independence. So I'm going to read you what she says about that. First, let's talk about her daughter. Her daughter is Evie Clair. This is her right here. She has a YouTube channel already. Okay, this is her YouTube channel. And she's been doing a lot of things, actually. It looks like she's pretty successful. She's been on the church YouTube channel and on the church website. See, this is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints official YouTube channel. And here she is. I feel my Savior's love. She's been on America's Got Talent. So that's kind of cool. She also has her own website right here. And yeah, so make sure to check her out. Yeah, she's all in. Oh, look at this. Sunflowers. Okay, this one's my favorite picture. Sunflowers. She must be in Kansas there. Just kidding. Okay, so this is her. And her mom says she works in the media department at BYU, Idaho, and is doing great things there. She just collaborated with President Henry J. Eyring and his wife on a viral video project. I'll let you know when I have a link for her album. Maybe we can just get people supporting her now so they can see the release when it happens. Yes. And that's what I'll do. Whenever it comes out, let me know, Hillary, and then I'll put it here on the channel, and you guys can go check it out. But in the meantime, check out her YouTube channel. Again, it's Evie Clair. I'm going to put it in the description box of this channel, so that's where you can find it. And I will subscribe to her right now myself. Okay. She says, I'm surprised at how many members ignore the good members of the church in the entertainment business while supporting the ones like Imagine Dragons and many others who are previous members, now directly and publicly fighting against the church. Maybe they don't realize, but the song Believer is firing shots at our church leadership. And, I actually hate this song. I hate it. When I was in Phoenix and when I went to Lifetime Fitness, that's an awesome gym, by the way. If you have a Lifetime in your area, you should think about maybe getting a membership there. It's the best gym you might ever find. Anyway, they were just nonstop, it felt like, playing this stupid song. I can't stand it. It has really stupid lyrics too. I thought I had them up. Maybe I closed out of it. I was actually going to do like a lot more on this video because there's a lot of members of the church that have gone on to become famous. Of course, LDS Living is going to cover it because that's what they're all about, is how the church interfaces with the world. And oh, look at this person's a member, this person's a member, and a lot of them are good, like the piano guys. I know that they're good. I want to say I've heard of Gentry. I'm pretty sure. I'm not okay, let's see who else. Everyone knows the Osmonds, of course. Cascade, I haven't heard of them. The Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square, what? Who's that? Jenny Oaks Baker, David Archuleta. Now, it's funny because she just talked about people that were, I guess, members of the church that are fighting against the church. But this one right here, he's fighting against the church. He is. I'm thinking that everything that I pulled up here, I don't want to maybe do it for the main channel. I may just go ahead and do a members only video about these different artists and groups, and just kind of looking at what we got going on. We got this guy right. He's against the church. What? Anyway, I might do a members only talking about all these tabs. I was going to do it for this video, but I don't think so. That might just have to be for not a main audience. Okay, back to Evie. So good music here. You can tell. Just look at her. She's gonna be doing good stuff. She already does good stuff. Anyway, I do not like the song "Believer." Okay, now on to Independence, Missouri. She says, as for the visitor center, nothing from leaders, but lots of because she had said that there had been kind of like a lot of talk lately, a lot of things happening. I was like, well, can you give me the details? And she says, as for the visitor center, nothing from leaders, but lots of members here believe it will be announced as a temple soon, which is interesting. I don't know if like that's ever happened before where members are like, oh, maybe it's going to be soon. Well, now, why are we thinking that the visitor center is going to become a temple? Why is that belief? In case you're new to the channel, because I'm just always getting new people, let me catch you up to speed. On the Interpreter Foundation's website, they have this amazing article called The Past and Future of the Temple Law in Independence, Jackson County, Missouri. The first thing that you should know, sometimes the way that it's worded, it makes it sound like when the saints were originally there, they were going to build just one temple. There was going to be one temple in Jackson County, but that's not true. There was actually a plan. If everything had gone through, there was a plan for a 24 temple complex, and you can't see it that well on this depiction here. And this is what they were going to look like. Each temple was basically going to look like the Kirtland Temple. Here's like a diagram from 1833. And there's the side view, front view, side view. And then this was the city plat. I think this was like the first version, and then it was actually expanded. But the original idea was that there were going to be 24 temples, 12 for the Melchizedek priesthood, 12 for the Aaronic priesthood, which sounds weird because it's like, why so many temples? Well, they're not all temples in the way that we think. Some would be for administrative purposes. Some would be for education. Some would be for offices. Some, maybe there'd be one or two that would be for just the way that we think of temples now, with doing ordinances, doing initiatories, endowments, baptisms for the dead, so on and so forth. But 24, okay? So usually when we're talking about the temple, it was going to be the first temple of 24 that they were attempting to construct, that the cornerstones were laid down for. Okay, so with that in mind, let me just read this. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Visitor Center. The property purchased by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in 1904 remained undeveloped until 1968. After two different attempts over the years by the City of Independence / Board of Education to purchase the property from the church, and concerned about the reality of eminent domain by the City of Independence, that's where the government can just take your land forcibly, the church made an announcement in December 1967 for the present visitor center. Plans were quickly developed and formally approved in April 1968. A groundbreaking ceremony was held the following August. Interestingly, in the development of those plans in early 1967, the church architect Emil Fetzer, and with input directly from Alvin R. Dyer, who was in the first presidency, and approval by President David O. McKay, the awareness of the Joseph Smith-inspired expanded 24-temple complex prepared in early 1833 was definitely taken into consideration. On March 10th, 1967, a meeting of Dyer and Fetzer was held with McKay in his Hotel Utah apartment office. Dyer recorded the highlights of this session in his diary. Quote, "We reported to the president that our study in this direction was to undertake, if we could, to ascertain which of the temple buildings designated would presumably be located on that part of the land that the church owned. This we had arrived at and would be concentrated upon for the erection of a building for the purpose intended," meaning being a temple, the basic structure of which could be used at a future date as part of the temple complex. Dyer continued, the proposed structure would be 2 stories high, with a floor dimension of 61 by 87 feet, which dimension is the same as revealed to the prophet Joseph Smith as the size of the complex buildings, or the complex temples. Okay, so this is a temple in waiting. It's a temple in waiting. That's what we're talking about. So Hillary says, As for the visitor center, or in other words, the future temple, the temple in waiting, nothing from leaders, but lots of members here believe it will be announced as a temple soon. It seems to be basically set up like a temple on the inside already. I love that place. Also, ever since I got here, I've had a special feeling that I'm on the beautiful lawns around the visitors center and stake center. It's just the most naturally beautiful land I've ever seen in real life. The Kansas City Temple is closing for several months because some window issues, and it will probably have more issues to come. So we are hoping the prophet will announce at least one more temple here in a couple weeks. That's an interesting idea. Now, I had known that the temple was going to be closed. In being that it would only be a few months, you would think that they would just wait, but maybe not. Maybe this would be the right time to announce a second temple in that area. I don't know if the population there is enough to support a second temple. I have no idea. Let's look at this. LDS Meetinghouse locator. This is probably not the best way to do this, but let's go up here. Okay, control and then scroll. I don't know. It does seem like there's a lot of meeting houses in that area, and of course in the surrounding area. You have to remember that you got Topeka over here, the state capital of Kansas, Lawrence, Manhattan. So I don't know. I guess we'd have to look at the actual numbers, but that would be really interesting if, because the closest operating temple that we have to the temple lot is the Kansas City, Missouri temple. Let's see, Kansas City temple. Let's just take a look at it. Let's go to Church of Jesus Christ. Wait, no, not that one. Church of Jesus Christ Temples.org. This is not an official church website, but here's the Kansas City, Missouri temple. It's interesting that they decided to make this temple a two-spired temple, just because, I don't know, just because it kind of resembles the Salt Lake Temple in that aspect. Of course, it doesn't have the other spires, like for a total of 6, it just has 2, but isn't the Rome, Italy temple like that too? Rome, Italy temple. I'm pretty sure. Oh, sorry. Let's do Rome, Italy, LDS temple. Yeah, the Rome, Italy LDS temple is also a two-spired temple. Why does that matter? Well, maybe it doesn't matter, but it could be that certain temples that are maybe of more significance historically may have that. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Now, just through lots of anecdotal evidence, it does seem like a lot of temples are going to be announced over the next year, especially in 2023. So we'll just have to wait and see. But hey, October General Conference is only a couple weeks away, so we're not going to have to wait very long if they're gonna announce it this time. Okay, and then she says, we're busy trying to convert the members of the break-off religions. They are prevalent here, and we do lots of interfaith service with them to try and heal those divides. Our stake president is former Community of Christ, so many of them have already converted. Interesting. Others come to our church just to troll. It's the most interesting place I've ever lived. Satan is strong here as well, and I'm looking forward to the day when everyone will see him for the nothingness that he is. Tell people who come here to make sure their kids are prepared spiritually. The schools are rough. My girls and my husband have already been called to leadership positions here. I just got called as the gospel doctrine teacher and choir director. A lot of members are converts who are missing gospel basics. Thanks again for your channel and all you do to build the kingdom of God on the earth. Hillary Abplanalp. Thank you so much, Hillary. Yeah, I have a few thoughts there. One is, just think about this, everyone. It doesn't matter where you live. When the second coming happens, and we have a massive influx of new converts, all of us, most likely, are going to have to step up. If you're comfortable right now in church and you're comfortable with just like not doing a whole lot, or you're not the bishop, you're not the Relief Society president, whatever. You're not in the stake presidency. You're just kind of, just a everyday member of the church. Um, that may not remain the case because the way that Brad Wilcox was talking earlier this year in February is that it seems like the church expects just a huge, huge number of people that that are going to want to join the church when Christ comes, and and of course, so maybe we should all think about that and just really pay attention to how our ward is run, what everybody's job is, because you never know. You might be called to fill that position someday. It's just like when I was in the Army. One thing that really sucked is that you really could be put into any position pretty much. Um, because like, and it does happen. It does happen. You can't just expect in the military, in the army, just to do your job. And in fact, it happened to me 2 times where one time, because I was doing a good job at my regular job, they're like, we need an armorer. Hey, Davies, we're going to have you be the armorer. Something that I really didn't want to do. I really didn't want the extra responsibility. But there it was right on my plate, and I had to just gobble it up really fast. They put me through like a 3-week class, and then all of a sudden I was supposed to be the armorer for the unit. And then later, it happened again, by the way. I was no longer armorer, but then they're like, hey, we need a MBC guy, which is nuclear, biological, chemical. It's the person in the unit that takes care of the gas masks and some of the CBRN, which is chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear equipment, just different things. And same thing. Oh, hey, Davies, we need you to be the CBRN guy. Oh, okay. Because I don't have a choice. I guess I'll just go to another 3-week class, and then I'm supposed to be able to protect my company against biological attack. So you never know what's going to happen. You never know, but we do kind of know that pretty soon when the second coming happens, that your experience may be needed. Okay, because you've been in the church for a while, hopefully, and if not, still, you have more time in the church than those who are new converts. So, just something to think about. As far as the community of Christ, I wonder if there's like a, let's see, list of Mormon break off churches. It's going to be worded something like that. I'm hoping that there's a list of denominations in the Latter-day Saint movement. So in other words, these are all the break-offs. I want to see if there's like a chart here. So we have let's see, churches that separated from Smith's organization prior to 1844. Oh my gosh, I didn't know about this. Look at this. Pure Church of Christ, Independent Church, Church of Christ, Alston Church, Church of Christ, Church of Jesus Christ, the Bride, the Lamb's Wife, Church of Christ, True Church of Christ, or Latter-day Saints. Oh my goodness. Lineage of Brigham Young, Council of Friends, Latter-day Church of Christ, Apostolic United Brethren. This is the group that, if you've ever watched Sister Wives, let's see, Sister Wives. That's what these guys are a part of. Cody Brown, and then he has his 4 wives. TLC. These guys are. I'm sure that you've seen them before. It looks like Robin's gained a little bit of weight. It's been a while since I. Sorry. It's been a little while since I've watched this show. So anyway, okay, so you see, guys, let me just make a point right here. You see all of these? You see all of them? Look, 1972, 1975. This is like recent. 2001, 2002, 2004. Okay, yeah, 2004. Church of Jesus Christ in Zion. Left of center, LDS-derived churches. There's one in 1985. Frankly, I did not know that there were so many Uh, I've come across this guy's website or YouTube, the Restored Branch of Jesus Christ. It's based out of England. Um, you guys, this is why we have a prophet and why we don't just read the scriptures and try and interpret the scriptures for the entire world. There's a lot of people out there. These are all probably mostly narcissists and psychopaths, and possibly some mental illness going on. But, you know, when you read the scriptures and you're interpreting things that are like prophecies that affect the entire church or the entire world, we would do best to look to the prophet, because he's the one that has the authority to interpret what prophecies mean. Otherwise, any fool that says that he feels the Spirit will go off and start the Sons Amen Israel Church in 1981, or True and Living Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in 1994. Okay, there is danger when we trust in our own flesh, our own understanding, and operate outside of what has been revealed, the way that the Lord works with his church. So, this is horrible. But when it comes to the Church of Christ, or the Community of Christ, okay, let me look them up. The Community of Christ. I'm pretty sure that they are the largest branch outside of, yeah, it says it right here. It is the second largest denomination of the Latter-day Saint movement. The church reports 250,000 members. I've done some videos before how they seem to be in trouble. They've had to sell like artifacts and properties to our church because they don't have as many tithe payers, and the younger generation is concerned because they're becoming like less religious, less devout, and so they're running out of money. And which is an interesting thing, because is it going to get to the point where they sell back the Kirtland Temple? Because I know the church would love to have the Kirtland Temple back. I would love to have the Kirtland Temple back. I don't know the story behind like why they have the property that they do, but it would be nice to have the Kirtland Temple again. And yeah, look at this. What you're seeing here, this is basically what the New Jerusalem temples would look like. I think that it's a little bit different than what you see here, but it's roughly the same. So anyway, it's interesting that Hillary says, you know, that there's people that are moving over. You have a stake president that was part of the Community of Christ. So I can only assume that as time goes on, they're probably going to kind of break apart and dissolve. You know, it could happen sooner than later, for all anybody knows. And then you have the Church of Christ Temple Lot. Church of Christ Temple Lot. They're the ones that own what's known as the Temple Lot, which is where the first temple would have gone. And they only have, look at this, you zoom in, they only have 7,300 members, you know. And so you have to wonder, because it's not like they would be immune to like this, the rising tide of secularism and getting away from from churches and religious life. So who knows what could happen? They're even smaller. They have 32 congregations, and they've had separations. So the Church of Christ Fedingite and Church of Christ Hancock. So even they have had little splinter groups. Interesting things, interesting times. Subscribe to Evie Clair. Check her out. When the album comes out, I will let you guys know. That's going to be it for this one. Thank you again, Hillary Abplanalp, for the email and the information. If you guys haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, like this video if you liked it, leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Also make sure to share it, and I'll talk to you guys later.